Trick, please.
I know y'all probably heard this story, but it's gonna always center me in regards to this podcast, man. That we started arguing on Facebook, turned into real conversations, that turned into a podcast on Facebook. But don't pretend like we didn't create a culture over here, whether it was rooted in Africa or not, whether it's
monkey see, a monkey do. Trick, please. Trick, please. Why you trying to do everything that I do? Monkey. I'll show you how to flip it in the cheese. Trick, freeze.
Trick, please.
Might be the dumbest man in America. I've never seen anything like this.
Correct.
Who implicates himself in a book? What's
the same thing? She can actually talk about different things and different.
The fact that he said he was better than Q, and like.
Decide on whether or not you're gonna have kids. You probably just
probably don't want kids.
Make her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so when I could not have a relationship with my biological father, God brought other men in my life to follow. And
I am racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world.
Remember me? Take a picture. Let's do like, come on, man.
Because there's so much about this moment that is trying to make people feel like they've lost their minds. When in fact, these motherfuckers
Yeah. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Who the F are you? Trying to come through. Designate your thoughts and opinions. I am not a minion. Wait, let me finish. 3rd degree, leader of the new school. Right now, I don't F with fools. You must got me confused with the mother dudes. Like I said, I just make my own rules. March to the beat of my own drum. You a dumb. You be coming out looking for the outcome. How come? Black I were pissed like Malcolm. You don't want to see how I knock them out the box and out the park. If you coming up now, yes, I will get spark. No, I will let it spark. That means the thought within your brain, and I can't maintain. 3rd degree, things decaying, so you kiss the rain. Wait a minute, let me go and explain. Like I said, man, I'm crazy and I'm kind of deranged. And you looking at me right, you should be really ashamed. Why you jumping up? You don't even know. Like I said, 3rd degree, go blow for blow. We can take it from Dago to Mexico. Tell your whole crew, guess they better lay low. create a new profile. I'm kind of wild, like I said right now. You can see the smile. I'm kind of crooked, and I took it in another direction. You can get a lesson, learn, or you might get burned. Yo, sit back and just wait your turn. If you don't like it, I will place you up in an urn. Right now, you can see right now, third degree will never burn. Oh, I mean, I might just burn a bridge. Oh, I joke, man, I kid. Oh, I come up where you live. Oh, I might poke you in your rib. Oh, I see you trying to sneak this with your restaurant. You ain't smokehouse and nothing. Why you frontin'? I see them jigaboos in them coons. If I step up, guess they be like, no, I don't want no problems with that boy. I was just joking. Please don't get the poking. Stop provoking. What you talking about, man? You ain't tenderism. Right now, we can see how I go and give them. I can give you a bit review and then come at you, your staff, your crew, and put you out of business. Method X and Quest be my witness. How do I end this? Thought-provoking freestyle. I'm never smoking. Yes, I said smokehouse, man. They really joking. Need to do right. Maybe pick up a mic. Oh, that be the dude, but he can't write. I see them coons and them jigaboos dancing. Right now, oh, I just thought you were romancing. Look like a boy romance from a glance that I'm looking. Right now, yes, it's kind of crooked. Oh, I just took it there. Right now, you can see that I really don't care. Damn, third, why did you go there? I thought I told you, man, I don't fight fair. Oh, that's just me, but literally, you can see third degree. Take it to anybody. If you don't know, we can go loco. Oh, let's go ahead and start the show. What's good, Joe? What's good? It's your boy Third Degree. How are you? Wait, my dumb ass muted everybody because, you know, I don't want no distractions when I'm rhyming. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to Drop Your 3 Cent. We are back.
Yes.
What's going on, brother?
Man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get this show started, boy.
Let's get after it. Let's get after it, man. Straight to the business.
You got some things to talk about. Man, I like the background, Quiz.
Oh, man, you know, that's just my room, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the playroom.
All right.
I can't get my computer till tomorrow, so.
Hey, it is what it is, but we make it do what it do.
That's it.
All right, man. I'm glad you showed up. Thank you to the Facebookers. Thank you to the YouTubers. We love you. So right now, you know what I'm saying? It's just time to go ahead and give you that ratchetness.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go.
We're kicking it off. Tyler Perry gets $250K in gift cards to TSA agents after being stopped when trying to get him cash. So he figured out a way how to maneuver around that, you know? So, all right, moving on. Shaka Khan is being quoted as saying female performers these days use their body parts to make up for weak vocals. And she is not lying. Aside from her, you know what I mean? But she's not lying. All right, and maybe SZA, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Debatable. Moving on. Talking about creepy. Tiger Woods' mugshot from his DUI arrest has surfaced. And if this is not the poster child for I ain't never going to get a driver, this is what this person would look like. This right here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what do I know? Moving on. At this point, just call Magic Johnson Lord of the Rings. He was actually set to receive his 18th championship ring at the Dodgers World Series celebration. So, salute and shout out to Magic Johnson, man. Lord of the Rings. All right, moving on. I don't know why this came up, but it's being revealed that TLC's Chilli is revealed as a 2024 Trump donor. Kind of crazy, right? Because she received some crazy backlash. But it was enough to force her to come out and say, I'm not MAGA. I do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. But wait, there's more. The internet began pulling up receipts, and it shows that she has definitely been on the MAGA train for a minute. But it's something we're going to talk about tonight. All right, so moving on. But also tonight, Nick Cannon also called the Democratic Party the party of the KKK and said he S with Trump. Crazy, right? But Uncle Luke, of all people, calls out both Nick Cannon and Chilli over their MAGA support. So should that lead to them being canceled? But like I said, we're talking about that tonight. So let's move on to some other ratchet news. Speaking of red hot racists, the internet reacts to learning about disturbing Bob Barker details and how he would avoid or how he felt about black contestants. So this has turned into something really creepy. But it's sad because I always liked this cat, but hey, whatever. Moving on. Scientists say squeezing your girlfriend's butt regularly makes you live longer. So I should be living to like about, 120? I'm guilty. Anyway, moving on. Culture meets curriculum at Howard University's new Cardi B centered course. Hey, salute to Cardi B. All right, moving on. Ye, also better known as Kanye West, finally drops his Bully album after months of waiting. And, I don't know. Ye's new album, Bully, pulled in 50 million streams on Spotify within his first full day. And it's crazy in spite of all the controversy that, he's been involved with before. I don't know why people are still supporting him, but hey. I mean, when you got him dropping bars, saluting Dr. King and celebrating his marriage to his white queen, I mean, hey, are you still rocking with Ye? I have yet to listen to the album, so hey, moving on. His father threw a chair at a judge after his daughter's unaliver was sentenced to only 120 hours of community service, so I don't blame him, right? Moving on. Angela Simmons says Cam Newton gave her the ick on the first date because he kept laughing at his own jokes. I can see that. I can see him being kind of corny, you know what I mean? Kind of feeling himself. So he missed out on the chance to get in the draws, dog. Anyway, moving on. Somebody better go get this girl, man. This must be her first piece of wang because she says, Pat pays my mortgage, she pays my car insurance, and my car note. I haven't paid for a flight or a hotel, and I don't know how long. That's a man right there, quote unquote, Clarissa Shields. Well, I mean, he would be paying everything if you're paying him, if he's your manager. So yeah, he's essentially using your money. Dumb. But hey, what do I know? Moving on. Arnold Schwarzenegger's illegitimate son, Joseph Baina, wins his first bodybuilding competition, following in his father's footsteps. Salute. All right, moving on. Quote, I would never have approved. She sticks out so much above the waist, end quote. This is Kim Novak on Sydney Sweeney portraying her in upcoming film Scandals. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Afro Man launches Victory Tour, announces the album, and says he didn't vote for Trump. He's making sure he ain't messing up the bag like Chilli and Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying, and Amber Rose, you know what I mean? So, at this point, Afro Man for president. And we also got to circle back on his incident, which we'll make it a main topic. You know what I mean? So, hey, moving on. 12 tons of Kit Kats taken in massive chocolate heist. Kit Kat's official statement, we can confirm that 12 tons of Kit Kat products were stolen while in transit between our factory in central Italy and their destination in Poland. We are working closely with local authorities and supply chain partners to investigate. The good news, there are no concerns for consumer safety and supply is not affected. Thank you. It's crazy. People really that hungry for Kit Kats? Are you still eating Kit Kats in 2026? Hey, I like the white chocolate, but I don't necessarily eat Kit Kat. You know what I mean? So, hey, moving on. Woman who identifies as a dog is attacked by a dog as the case spreads on social media. What a dummy. Moving on. Married woman kisses Chris Brown on stage in front of her husband. Can you say divorce? Moving on. Trump asks Supreme Court to reinterpret 14th Amendment on citizenship. And Trump also says U.S. can't handle daycare, Medicaid, and Medicare while fighting wars. Well, then stop fighting wars, dummy. All right, moving on. Well, speaking of dummy, Amber Rose tells Nick Cannon white people should be able to say the N-word and get funked up. All right, moving on. Michigan woman manages to escape police custody after climbing out of a police car window while in handcuffs. We'll talk about Houdini. All right, moving on. Well, speaking of, another woman was arrested after locking pizza delivery driver inside for a movie night. Man, she's about to get her some movie and some Netflix and chill, right? Some wang. She gonna take it? Yeah, crazy. Moving on. Tisha Campbell shuts down Big Tigger asking about Martin Lawrence. I will protect him until the day that I'm unalive. Well, you didn't do that when you pressed charges against... Anyway, moving on. A woman who lost weight showed up at her ex-husband's funeral, who cheated on her for being overweight and starts twerking over his body as casket falls. Crazy, right? This is really just ratchet. Moving on. Sheriff abruptly resigns after claims bullet used in Charlie Kirk's unaliving doesn't match rifle tied to Tyler Robinson. Interesting. Story developing. Moving on. 3 men arrested after attempted break-in at home of Larissa Pippen. Are you sure they weren't having a free call? Moving on. Kristi Noem's husband, Byron, has been living a double life cross-dressing with fake breasts. Crazy, right? Because It's been reported that Christy Nolan's husband reportedly sent $25,000 to online fetish models and cross-dressed in private photos while she ran the Department of Homeland Security. The tip allegedly came from an immigrant sex worker seeking revenge for DHS deportation policies. Interesting. All right, moving on. Diddy receives a new prison release date. Why? Moving on. Jay-Z's lawsuit against Tony Busby moved to New York. He about to get that bag. Moving on. Well, speaking of breasts, Chick-fil-A allegedly fired its entire staff after an employee posted a viral video on social media. Some people believe the clip was harmless and that the company may be too strict. Well, you know, I'd rather see these than Christy Nolan's husband. You know what I'm saying? Real boobies. Let's go. Moving on. Megan Thee Stallion hospitalized mid Moulin Rouge. The musical performance. Prayers out. Moving on. Singer Brandy says Boys Men star Wanya Morris took advantage of her at 16. I was a child, he was an adult. Crazy, but didn't your mom know about the relationship too? We're going to talk about this some more too. Moving on. Nicki Minaj's LA mansion targeted, intruder arrested after creeping in backyard. Creepy. Moving on. Lizzo reveals that she waited until she won a Grammy to lose her virginity. Why do we need to know that? Moving on. Just crazy, right? Crazy. Moving on. Leslie Jones says marriage is legal slavery and urges young fans not to get married. Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. Like, why? Just because you can't. But, hey, moving on. Pam Bondi was fired by a convicted felon, allegedly. Crazy. All right, moving on. Last but not least, Pooh Shiesty arrested. Big 30 on the run after feds allegedly got footage of him and Big 30 and Dad robbing Gucci Mane at Bam Bam Point in the studio. Crazy, right? So he's back in the feds. Anyway, I'm Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Yo.
Christy, no, man. Talking about I was taken by surprise and you're in charge of the Department of Security. Get that funk out of here with that, man.
She needs to secure that Wi-Fi code and get that man off the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's the Homeland Security you need to be worried about.
Oh my God. How you gonna spend 25 G's and not know where that's going, bro? I don't care how rich you are. 25 G's is 25 G's, bro.
Apparently, he wasn't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Exposed by an undocumented worker, allegedly. That's kind of crazy. That's some crazy.
No, that's irony. That's irony. It ain't crazy. It's ironic. Because the same people that are hell bent on immigration and Christian values and the nuclear family at home with balloons under their shirt. Cross-dressing and doing it with immigrants on the phone. Cut it out, man.
Touching little boys and all that stuff.
Hey, man, look, allegedly.
Allegedly,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Tisha Campbell, if Tisha Campbell don't shut up, that kind of pissed me off.
What is
it? Sorry, man. Like,
charges on Martin.
You know what? I don't like necessarily like, you know, talking bad, whatever, about like people like her, because again, she's a legend. I like her on Martin and My Wife and Kids, but she's kind of, her antics are a little out there. You know what I'm saying? Because first it was the Martin lawsuit, then, you know, then it was something else. Then next thing you know, same thing with Dwayne Martin. Then next thing you know, I'm gonna protect Martin Lawrence with my life. But you wasn't saying that, you know, when you was trying to get out of that contract of the show. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I don't know. I don't know how to take her, man. She's kind of, I don't know.
But,
you know what I mean?
When I saw her on she was on the Martin reunion special on HBO.
Yeah, because they made up.
It seemed like it was all good.
So what folks don't know, like the last, I think 2 seasons of Martin, maybe it's in particularly the last one, you never seen those two in a scene together. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a while where she had left, where they quote unquote, where she went to LA for a job, whatever, and you didn't see her. Then when she came back to the show, they were never in scenes together. You know what I'm saying? It's because she brought a lawsuit. It was an SA lawsuit against Martin, the producers, and Fox, whatever. I heard allegedly she was trying to get out of her contract. No, she was supposed to be dropping an album with Capitol, and they needed her to go promote, so they wanted to get time off the show. Martin Lawrence and then the producers both said no, so she came up with this lawsuit to say, hey,
He tried to tongue kiss me and sensual harassment, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? And it just causes big old strain. So we never seen them together until you seen that reunion show. Actually, the reunion picture, then the reunion show. So
messed up all them episodes of Martin we could have got. You know what I'm saying? Thanks a lot. They should have lived her ass. You know what I'm saying? Get her out of here.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, even if they did, I just don't know if her character could ever be replaceable because she has such a big role on that show.
That's true.
It's Gina. No,
right.
It's like
he could have just got with Pam and called it a day. You know what I'm saying?
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah,
that'd be crossing out Tommy. You can't cross out Tommy.
Man, Tommy ain't got no job, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy had a job. No one just knew what Tommy did. No one knew what Tommy did.
I'm still waiting to this day. Still waiting to this day to figure out what he did. What else y'all see in there?
Oh, I know scenario. I was just saying, you know what I mean? The tension was really with them. That's what made it funny. It was really like they wanted to be together low key.
I have to say though, on the Ratchet News, the one that looked like the donkey of the decade was Pam Bondi, dude. To go that hard, to just lie so much and get dropped like a toilet seat.
Right. You know, this dude is running his administration like The Apprentice. You know, if they say something like they literally have to be professional, like brown nosers, because if he wakes up with like a booger in his nose, they're like, "Sir, you have a booger. You're fired. Get out of my sight. You're dumb. You're this." I mean, dude, this is who they really elected. This is crazy. What else, what else, Cheryl?
They're talking about like, dude, you're being loyal to this guy, and he don't care about that. But you know, you look at Christy Nunn, like, how much money did she get away with though by the time she was done? You know, there's like I believe there's like 17 point something million unaccounted for that she cleared herself with.
Whoa,
for spending, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what Pam Bondi's deal is because what she got out of it or what could have been happening. I mean, everyone's just picking pockets.
Listen, being a politician, especially in the U.S. government, is the only job where you can go in with a set salary and still come out a millionaire.
Yeah.
The only job.
Quest, you probably know this because, you know, when Trump got elected, he's like, I'm not going to get paid for it. But what did his value go up to?
Exactly.
How much did he make?
That. All your senators, all them congressmen, they have a set salary around 100,000, maximum 200,000. But somehow within the first 4 years, they all have a net value of $5, $6, $10, $15 million. All of a sudden, on a $100,000 salary. Crazy work.
Crazy.
But you know, that's neither here nor there. And Shaka Khan is right, man. These hoes can't sing.
She's absolutely right. She's right. She's absolutely right.
They ain't singing like that no more, man. They might be singing, but they ain't singing. You know what I'm saying? They not singing.
That's very true.
And for the record, ladies, I'm cool with that. I'm a visual guy, anyways. So,
oh my Jesus!
I want to show something. I'm fine with
you're
it.
You're part of the problem, sir.
No, I'm part of the solution.
All right, so hey, shout out. Hey, what's up, Cheryl? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Scenario? Make sure you guys are hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you to the Facebook family. Thank you to the YouTube family. If you guys are watching, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. You know, we appreciate you, especially the rebroadcasters. We definitely love you. All your support is good support. You know, if you have something to say, well, this is the show to say it. We're of the people, for the people, of the culture, for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid, you know what I'm saying, to come talk in the comment section. If you want to come on camera, just know that if you're using your phone, you have to use your headphones. Your camera works. Everything works as a microphone. So it picks up on everything. Make sure you're in a nice spot with good Wi-Fi. Make sure you're in a nice quiet spot. Make sure there's no eating on camera because, again, that chews into the mic. It bleeds into the show. There's no music. We can't have anything in the background. We can't have music. We don't need the copyright strikes. Also, too, we just want to make ourselves nice and presentable. Also, just make sure that, you know, if you come on, that, you know, again, there may be difference in thoughts, views, and opinions. This is a safe place. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. What starts here will end here. You know, I get everybody wants to be passionate about what they feel, how they feel, you know, and there's really no right or wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you will gain is perspective, you know what I'm saying, by actually and understanding by hearing somebody. So we want to make sure we give everybody that platform to speak their mind and to say whatever it is, as long as it's not embedded in hate, you know what I'm saying, against anybody of any particular sex, race, religion, or X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Also, too, just know that you can agree to disagree. Just do it respectfully. We don't need nobody, you know, we don't need no veil threats. Talking about pulling up X, Y, and Z, You know what I'm saying? Just, again, this is just the show where, you know, you can come, drop your thoughts, use an opinion, hang out. It's Friday night. You could be anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? But you're right here with us. And even the rebroadcasters, I know some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like you catch the show afterwards. It's all good. It's all love. Just make sure that you guys hit that love button, hit the share button, hit the like button, and engage.
Hey, real quick before we move on, I did want to send a big shout out to our friend and the homie, world-renowned author Kira on her retirement, man, from the Navy. Salute to you. We appreciate the service, man. I was watching the live, man. That's super dope. So shout out to her, man. Go buy the book.
Nice. Oh, Kira. one thing I want to bring up was in the music business, at least on my side in the DJ world, DJ Dan passed away, and that's pretty sad right there. So watching him and Donald Glade is probably like one of the best shows I've seen coming up. It was inspirational sitting down with him. He was a real one. He didn't shy from it. One of the original West Coast disco funk DJs out there. And man, I was surprised that he passed away way too soon, man. So shout outs to him and his family. Prayers. I know Donald's feeling it big time. Prayers to you, bro. It's sad, man. Everyone's hurting from that in the DJ business, but hey, man, we lost a great one. So that sucks. It really does suck.
R.I.P. DJ Dan. Also, too, you know what I'm saying? I know we're kind of starting off on a different note, but I promise you we'll pick it up, you know what I'm saying? And this is gonna be one of them shows. But we'll dedicate this show to DJ Dan. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna also dedicate it to Kira because again, she was one of our first like guests on this show, you know what I'm saying, promoting her book. You know, Unconquered, you know what I'm saying, part 1 and 2. So, you know, Kira, we love you. Shout out to you. But also, too, last night, I got some disturbing news. One of our Drop Your 3 Cent contributors who would contribute regularly. If I say, hey, like, share, subscribe, this person would like, share, subscribe, and share. She would come on and you know, commentate and engage and stuff. Really a good, big fan of this show. You know what I'm saying? But she unfortunately she passed away last night. And you know, R.I.P. to Lysetta Jordan. You know, she was definitely a huge fan. She followed us on Facebook. She followed us even on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure what actually happened. I seen a mutual friend of ours who posted like, dang, I will miss you, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, but she was definitely a huge supporter of this show. She believed in the vision. She showed up. Even when she was in the hospital, she would show up. You know what I'm saying? So, Lysetta, R.I.P., we love you. This show is also dedicated to you as well.
Man, big shouts out to her, man. And yeah, definitely prayers to the family. And we appreciate the time we got to have with you, man. It was much appreciated.
Yeah, she would come through and drop big 3 Cent.
Absolutely.
Definitely as well.
Also, to another shout out and RIP again to my auntie, you know what I'm saying, who was definitely a big supporter of this show. She would let me host in her house. So, you know, RIP to her too. And shout out to my cousin Nikki for showing up. Oh, man. All right, y'all. It's love. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to dedicate this show to everybody. To if you lost somebody that you love, that you cared about, a friend, associate, this is dedicated to them. You know what I'm saying? We love them. We're going to lift them up, hold them up in high regards. My prayers to you, my prayers to your family, my prayers to Lacetta's son, DJ Dan's family, RIP. You know, we love you. And again, we're going to lift this up. We're going to do this show for you. So we're going to show some love to some folks, and then we'll be right back.
The sovereign frequency system exists to correct that. Across this book, you will learn 5 essential architectures. 1. Field Corruption Index, FCI. How to detect emotional, financial, and psychological distortion. 2. Field Reset Protocol, FRP. How to interrupt looping patterns and restore clarity. 3. Field Compiler, FCX. How to rewrite meaning so that your identity commands your reality. 4. Field Anchoring Engine, FAE. How to lock sovereignty into your nervous system until it becomes automatic. 5. Reality Output Engine, ROE. How to create outcomes, stability, and opportunity through frequency-based leadership. You will not be asked to push harder. You will be asked to move clearer. You will not be asked to dominate. You will be asked to calibrate. You will not be asked to fight. You will be asked to understand. This book does not teach force. It teaches field mastery. Your field determines your frequency. Your frequency determines your reality. Your reality determines your life. And once your frequency is sovereign, nothing external can override you again. Let us begin the architecture.
You've seen the footage from last year. Well, Boss Up Brunch is back, and our very own Marquez Miller is back in the building. Join everybody June 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the R Party ATL. Make sure you pull up. If you've seen them, you know the events are fun, packed with business, and plenty of networking and plenty of praising. Pull up to Boss Up Brunch, June 27th at the R Party ATL. See you there.
Yo, with mushroom coffee being on the rise as of late, I guess the best way to go is with Rise Coffee. And DJ Method X is teamed up with Rise Coffee, so make sure you use promo code METHODXSD15. Also, to check out Method on TikTok at MethodXSD. Also on Twitch TV at MethodXX619. Let's go.
Melba's Soul Food Kitchen out here in San Bernardino. Look, everything is going well. We just did the 100 plates. It went well. They had the $10 plates, and guess what? We have something real nifty. $5 plates now. Your chicken and your 5 fives. Come down to Melba's Soul Food Kitchen in San Bernardino and get your issue on hood. Everything fair.
You heard what he said?
Fair.
Only
Y'all
today.
come down.
$5.
Yes.
$5 plate.
Oh!
You get one
That's something
chicken
nifty.
and one side.
Woo!
2360 Sturgeon Avenue, San Bernardino, California. 12 o'clock to 7 o'clock. $5 plates.
Man, guess what? You can buy also extra stuff. That's something nifty. Oh,
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee. Whiskey honoring Nathan, Nearest Green, the first known African-American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African-American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
We are back. Hey, shout out to Crip Mac, you know what I'm saying, for pulling up to San Bernardino. You know, I was like, why are you saying the B in San? Well, I thought about it for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But he pulled up to the hood, man. He rolled up to San Bernardino, got himself some $5 plates from Melba's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me tell you like
the
this.
funniest commercial and the smartest thing I've seen in a long time. That is funny as hell. That's on $5 crap.
Let me tell you like this.
That was good.
Service than Destination Smokehouse. I'm just saying. And they cheaper. You know what I'm saying? They don't sit up there
and just skip you paying like $200, for some food, for some soul food. You pay $5, get you 5 pieces of chicken, 2 sides, man. You go home, you're gonna be full, and you got food for the next day. You ain't on no struggle meal. You ain't paying for no expensive ass struggle meal. So go out to Melba's in San Bernardino today.
Yeah. You don't gotta worry about their chicken being raw either.
Hey, it's San Bernardino now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say it right. San Bernardino. You know what I'm saying? For the
close, nerd.
That was funny.
You know what?
And I got me a bottle of Uncle Nearest too, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Uncle Nearest.
I don't even drink it, but it's up there.
What time do you close? Melba's Soul Food.
7.
We close at 7 o'clock.
At when?
7.
7?
Yeah.
I'm about to call him right now. Order some place just to give away.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Put a nifty 50. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and bless him real quick.
Yeah. I'm supposed to drop your 3 cents right here. We'll call right now.
Right. Hey, shout out everybody. Shout out. All right, well, we got some good topics tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got Chilli, Nick Cannon, and cancel culture. We got top 5 reasons for divorce. You know what I'm saying? And we got hip hop media. Is hip hop media ruining hip hop? It's kind of ironic because we're kind of we kind of fall into that hip hop media. We talk about hip hop from time to time. So are we ruining hip hop? But we're having these debates, talking about certain items, breaking them down, dissecting. I don't know. What are your thoughts, views, and opinions? Make sure that you hit the like, share, subscribe button. Make sure that you get in the comment section. Make sure if you say, hey, Third, I don't even like that wave cap that you're wearing. We'll just go ahead and write it down and engage. It's all good. Because I'm gonna tell you, your mama's a $2 show, and you know what I'm saying, or $2 pro, and with one leg, and she an astronaut. I'm just saying,
leg.
I'm just saying, I like to talk ish too. You can talk ish to me, but I like to talk ish too. Don't get mad in your feelings if I start capping back though. You know,
with one leg.
That boy silly right there.
You said your mama pirate.
Right. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh man!
Let's start with this hip hop media, if y'all don't mind, because I think the other two gonna take us a little while. I think we can nip this hip hop media and hurry up and get that out the way.
Well, hip hop media. Well, I mean, you got things like DJ Academics, Breakfast Club, not Breakfast Club, Joe Budden podcast, $1 million worth of game. You know what I'm saying? The Joe Budden podcast. So, again, when we have these debates and whatever, are we actually ruining hip hop? What are your thoughts, views, and opinions on that?
I'm gonna say it's not really the debates. It's the honesty in them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the problem with hip hop media right now. It is all this choosing a side and not being objective and keeping it strictly hip hop. There's a whole lot of underlying alliances that's being made, maybe because they want people to come on the show, maybe because they got past dealings or whatever, so they can't be completely honest. I'm not even talking about DJ Snackademics. You know what I mean? I'm talking about some of these other places because he's completely just off his Richter. You know what I mean? And outside of certain shows, most of these people ain't hip hop. They got these big hip hop platforms, so they kind of taint the water.
Toothpick. Let's pivot a little bit. How do you guys feel about people like Adam 222 or DJ Vlad? Because they're hip hop media too.
Go ahead, Rob.
I think so. I can speak on Vlad. I think what Vlad is doing is, he pretty much gives people a showcase to speak their story or speak their opinion, and he just lets them do the talking. Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with that. if people want to get like something off their chest or speak up on a topic or a situation or a story or whatever, he just lets them do that, and he's just making his money off of it. It kind of laying low, let them do the talking, you know. He's not like LeBron James.
No, he don't.
Hip.
Wait,
He does.
No, he does not. You know what I'm saying? Vlad is known for interrupting folk. So just like how I just interrupted you, that's what DJ Vlad does.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. But he's not the one telling the story, you know. Yeah, he'll interrupt.
So just like how you're talking, just you see how I just interrupted you. That's exactly what he does. So they'll be saying something really intriguing, and I'll be like, oh. The next thing you know, well, wait, because when I was there in 1962, and you know, he pretty much starts implementing himself in these things and putting his story in it. And it's like, bro, can you shut what we call the funk up? Let him talk. You know, I don't want them to lose their train of thought. It could be something good. It'd be like something juicy, and he comes and he interrupts. He does it all the time. Same thing with Nori.
I love Noriega's show, man. Noriega's show is sick.
I love Green Chance, but he does the same thing too. Then he'd be like, he'd be going these tangents, walking down memory lane, like, well, you know, back when I did it, when Super Thug was popping, you know, but for real, you know, I was up in the club, and man, it was just one of those days.
Whenever you have a podcast centered around people being drunk, it's gonna go a little haywire.
Yeah,
you know, I expect that, but Nori is at least entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I stopped watching Vlad years ago. You know what I mean?
It's not like Noriega, like he's talking about, because you know the same people, they've been in the same area, so they're both reminiscing, going down good times and drinking, and 90% of the time. Yeah. So that's a given. Right. I mean, I'll give it to you though, but Vlad does interrupt. I mean, I say it once in a while. I don't say a lot.
A lot.
You better stop, Quest. Like
once in a while.
Hey man. Hey.
Once in a while.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You talking about?
Don't get me wrong. There's stuff where he jumps in, he has to correct, and he stands on it.
No,
you know?
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. I don't know if I'm gonna piss off my FBA brothers out there, but at one point I subscribed. You know, I subscribed. You know, for the paid a little $4.99. You know, saying for the membership, and it's because again, my family was on there. Once I saw Dania, Wanda, and Michelle on there, I'm like, oh snap, JJ Fad. You know what I'm saying? Or I saw Money B, or I saw DJ Arabian Prince, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw certain people, I'm like, yo. So, you know, but then again, like, you know, he interrupts a lot. But, you know, at the same time, you know, he had the reputation of being like the feds, which I think is absurd because he's not pulling information from these people go on there and they voluntold on themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. You know what I mean? But hey, Cheryl says, isn't media's job to promote the music and tell a feel-good story about the artist? To a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Like, little backstory for those who are just tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I am Third Degree. I'm a hip-hop artist / singer, songwriter, producer, little bit producer, but actor. Rob right here is a hip-hop artist, DJ, promoter, all that stuff, graphic designer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were really embedded into hip hop. So, I mean, this is not something too far-fetched from us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the one thing that I could say is that when you get onto these platforms, yeah, it's not necessarily to paint a feel-good story. It's to actually make the artist more relatable. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it more susceptible to make you feel like, hey, this person can relate to whatever it is that you're going through. Or this person may have a similar story to how you came up. So essentially, when you're thinking like, well, dang, if he made it, then maybe I can make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the job of these platforms. But it's also, too, if you have a project to promote, then that's what it's there to do as well, is to promote. You know, so.
Absolutely.
But the vibe I get from... Go ahead, Quest.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say this, though, man, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on it, bro, but this is like when I watch Joe Budden's podcast, and all I get is like just hated out of it, dude. Like they're always hating on somebody, or I feel like they feel salty because they were in a situation at one point where they didn't come up like this one artist or whatever, you know. It's just like he's always hating on that dude, but. And then that's what I feel about, because I like him as an artist. I liked him when he came out and everything else, you know, all Love Is Underground stuff. But man, Hey, he just be hating too much, man.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily think it's just him. I just think the cast that's on the show low key be haters. They do low key be haters, and he did just recently say something like he had a problem with Kendrick and SZA because they won't sit down with black publications or something. He said, and I was like, bro, cut it out.
Cut it out. Hold on one sec. Hey, Kevin Mercer, you just missed your ad, man. We just played it. Shout out to Kevin Mercer. This right here is the owner of Melba's in San Bernardino. So
Kevin, I just tried to call. I tried to call your spot and order some plates, and I got an answering machine, bro.
What happens like that? He's really busy.
I tried to call you.
So what you do? Hit him up and hit him up in his inbox on Facebook because he's definitely that busy. Sometimes they'll pick up. Yeah. Sometimes they're really when we go in there. Sometimes we gotta wait because people be in there. Shout out to Dirty Birdie. First off, since we're talking hip hop, he is a IE West Coast underground legend who can spit. We saw him up in there too. You know what I'm saying? And Dirty Birdie is actually Jessica's cousin too. So so shout out to Dirty Birdie. He was up in there. But people are going in because he's doing things for the community, you know what I'm saying? So, but it definitely be sometimes be a wait, but he always takes care of us, you know what I'm saying? And my plates be hot, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, $10 plates.
Nah, we want them $5 Crip Mac plates, man. You know what I'm saying? I want the 55th plates. You know what I'm saying?
My fault. It's $10 plates. Home with the $10 plates. Get 5 pieces of chicken. Sides, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, much love, man.
That was a dope ad though, Mr. Mercer. That was funny. It made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? That was good stuff right there. Good job.
I'm gonna give you a call and order some plates over the phone, and you can give that to the community.
Hey, shout out to Rob feeding Sam Cernardino. You know what I'm saying? So
Sam Cernardino.
Man,
it's all I'm all about good karma, man. I'm all about good karma.
But like I told you, unlike Destination No Smoke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got smoke for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're trying to be. They're just talking about cheese sauces and whatnot. Your cheese sauce ain't hitting, cuz whether you use Velveeta or regular cheese, the cheese sauce ain't hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that I was just, hey, let me pick a token Negro and let me go against these other ones. And hey, boy, can you shuck that? Yes, boss. I shuck dance for you. Ooh, cheese sauce, boss. You know what I mean? Like, come on, cut it out. Cut it out. You know what I mean? I can come in there and show you how to do a good cheese sauce. But unlike we got to sign the contract first, and you got to compensate me. You know what I'm saying? If I come up with a slogan, if I come up with a slogan, I own it. You can be a partnership, but we're gonna trademark it first. But I can show you the recipe. I can't give you the game. The game is to be sold, not to be told. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn from the mistakes of the past. You know what I'm saying? So unlike we gotta make sure the business right first. I can teach you how to make good cheese sauce, even with Velveeta. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't no damn fried cheese. Y'all mother suckers is lying.
Just to be clear, I'm not trying to hate on you guys or anything. I'm just telling you how it is. Your cheese sauce is bad, bro. Really bad. Like you go send that to go feed refugees, bro. That thing is gross.
No, that's torture. You can't give people whack cheese sauce and call it mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? You guys even using elbow noodles. You know,
especially not black folks. You can't pass mac and cheese off on us and just it be anything.
It's bad, bro.
We not going.
And the yams are suspect too, look like baby poo. But anyway, I digress. That was it. Hey, they want to talk ish, you know what I'm saying? So we talking ish back.
He said this is good. The cheese sauce is good. I said, man, you out your mind. You lying.
How much they pay you to say that stupid ish? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
Dumb mother sucker. Anyway.
Moving on, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me tell you why I stopped watching Vlad though. I stopped watching Vlad when he disrespected Minister Farrakhan and misquoted him and then wouldn't apologize.
Right. I didn't say that. So I didn't
that's when I stopped watching. When he refused to apologize, even though he said he was of that community, with the small hats and you know what I mean. But he doesn't practice, and then he, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When he did that, that's where he lost me, and he doubled down on it. Like, I'm not apologizing because you know what I mean. I was like, yeah, you out of pocket, and I'm not even a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? It was just the disrespect, and you felt me.
I completely missed that too, bro. Like, what? There's a couple interviews that he did that threw me off. Like Ari Spears, I met him in person. I like the guy. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, but I'm not going to demonize him on that because we have difference of opinion. But sometimes his interviews, I'm like, why are you interviewing this guy, bro? Why are you letting him talk again, man? Like,
no,
especially when it comes to hip hop in general too. Like, bro, very few things I agree with him on. Like, you know, the generation about compared then and now. But other than that, I don't agree with him on nothing on that, man. He speak a lot of nonsense with it, man.
Well, I'm gonna go on record and say that most of the hip hop heads from New York, they be having hating takes. They just be bad takes, man. I ain't gonna lie. As the years progress, the East Coast slander on all the rest of hip hop. We understand it started over there, but the game has evolved, man, and y'all got to chill out. Y'all can't hate on everybody now.
We can't say about all because I just seen a list from Rakim. Well, you talking about because Rakim and again,
he had
is definitely biased. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't like nothing West Coast at all. But you know, I seen Rakim reshare a list, right? And he basically, hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now. And, you know, on some humble, when he should, like Rob said, he should have been number one. You know, he had Nas number one, Tupac number two, Jay-Z number three, Eminem number four, Notorious B.I.G. 5, Rakim 6, Ice Cube 7, Kendrick Lamar 8, 9 Scarface, 10 LL Cool J. I can't be mad at that list.
That's a damn good list.
That's a diverse list right there, bro. Diverse big time.
West, South, Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Like some good representatives there. That is a dang good solid list.
Yeah, that's a good list right there. You can't even really be mad at that. Because you know, some of those you can change spots here or there, but all in all, that's a great list. I can't even think of nobody to take off of there.
That's what I'm saying. Like you say, you can move some folks up and down, whatever, but it was solid. And you talking about the God MC, Rakim.
And to put himself number 6 is crazy.
Right. Well, he can arguably be number one because if it wasn't for a Rakim, we wouldn't have a Nas. We wouldn't have Tupac.
No one trying to mess with Rakim back then, bro. Wasn't no one trying to step
I'm just saying for these two in particular, because they're cut from that Rakim cloth. You know what I'm saying? Tupac and Nas in particular. You know what I'm saying? That we wouldn't have these two if it wasn't for Rakim. But for me, my thing, and I talk with Certified, shout out to Certified for this, but I say, you know, those founders like the Rakims, the LL Cool J's, Run DMC, KRS-One, you know what I'm saying? Those dudes, Too Shorts, you know, they're the foundation. You know, they're a different era. You put those, they're like, and no slight to God, but they're like gods in their own right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compare them to nobody. They laid down the foundation, the Big Daddy Kanes. So anybody else who came like after them, then those are the ones who we can judge because they're all trying to ascend to be that. But yeah, the Rakim, LL Cool J,
they like the Mount Olympus.
Exactly.
And then everybody else is fighting for like Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They made generational music. Generational music that never
some people old. They're never gonna compare to that because you don't have the framework to do it. You know what I'm saying? So they like the Mount Olympus, and then all the new folks, you know, fighting over the Mount Rushmore, the Big Three or whatever that all this energy is about that. But yeah, there's definitely some Mount Olympus rappers out there.
I mean, guys, it seems like yesterday the Chronic 2000 just dropped.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you feel me?
Generational music
out of there.
But getting back to the topic though, guys, like when it comes to like hip hop podcasts, I think it's a little bit 50-50. It's good, but then it also does bad because you just have your haters. You just got your guys who just run podcasts just to just bring up stuff or stories on certain people or just throw hate that way just to get attention and clicks. Because
I didn't like the hate on All Eyes on Me. They, take out my bias, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But All Eyes on Me was one of the greatest albums of all time, sonically. And again, I'm a little bit too close to home because I knew Johnny J, R.I.P. It was Johnny J, Daz, DJ Quick. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for these three, because DJ Quick essentially mixed that whole album, sonically. So it had Tupac coming back out right. When you heard Ambitions as a Writer from all the way down to Heavenly Hard to Find, you talking about hip hop's first double album, and you gonna talk about it wasn't all that? You stupid. He gave you East Coast because Pac had that East Coast flair with that West Coast attitude, but then he had songs with Wu-Tang, with Method Man, Redman.
That wasn't good. I'm lost.
Joe Budden's podcast.
Oh man, see, that's what I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah.
Because what the hell?
To me, there's some instant classics like in the 90s, and going to the early 90s, to me there's only a very few albums I can name that were just generational talent, and that's like Ready to Die, All Eyes on Me, Enter the 36 Chambers, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Those right there.
Bob from the Rooter to the Tutor. Like, you know what I mean? 8 Ball, MJG. Like, it's so many. Like, even though people be hating, 666 Mafia has some crazy work.
Mafia had a crazy work. And MJG and 8 Ball will never get enough credit, man. Even his solo album, bro, No More Glory. Like, dude,
what you know about 8 Ball MJG? Lay it down, lay it down.
Bro, I was bumping that girl as a freshman.
Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. And even though he's going through his stuff, mystical, shout out to my pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one that put me on all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
I had the Southwest Riders
Scarface,
double album.
Like Scarface don't get enough credit.
Scarface, he don't get no credit.
Scarface
not enough.
No credit.
Twisted, Do or Die, that whole era too, man.
Yeah, like, Twisted, Do or Die, Poe Pimpin'. Come on now,
bro.
You know how many years I lived in the Poe Pimpin'? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey,
the Blue
Team. Queen says, always gonna have haters no matter what. If anybody knows about haters, we know.
And lurkers.
Shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to Dwayne. We see you, man. Queen says, man, it was definitely all that. Joe Budden is goofy. No, and again, Slaughterhouse is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Budden got bars. And I like his honesty. I like his I don't give a funk honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's just certain things I just don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you had like the biased people like the Malls, the Rorys and the Malls who were definitely on Drake's Wang Wang. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on.
But that's probably that's what I was saying. Like, the bigger problem is not that hip hop media. It's the people that they putting in the forefront of it. You know what I mean? These are not authentic people. Like your DJ Fatademics. Like, you're not a DJ. We've never seen you DJ anything. And then there's, you know what I'm saying? All these sidebar content creators that are now being considered hip hop media that have nothing to do with hip hop and don't understand the legacy of hip hop. That's what bothers me.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. It's what makes them feel good right now is what's popping. And like that's why we got that whole mumble rap era, is because people like him was like, oh yeah, this is fire. This is and the bump in what was that other music from the Shy and all that, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like the drill music, like all that was promoted by people who didn't understand hip hop culture.
Correct.
Like there's a culture that went along with it, but I'm glad we returning back to the bars, man. You know what I'm saying? The past 2 years have been about bars.
Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to JID. Shout out to who else is dropping bars? The Clips. Shout out
Clips.
to
Clips is
Corday.
hard, yo. Clips.
Shout out to even though I'm not feeling this last album, J. Cole. You know, shout out to what's the dude, Tyler the Creator. You know, saying who else is really out here spitting? Even Drake when he spits. You know, what I'm saying shout out to the ones who actually emphasize on bars.
Hey,
you know
Meek Mill been spitting. He back outside.
Shout out to
it's been some spitting.
Shout out to Exhibit. You know, saying Exhibit still got bars.
Yeah.
Oh, Exhibit is like.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a top West Coast artist. Period.
It's crazy. It's crazy that the old school rappers got to come back out and start rapping again to get back to rap. You know what I mean? And it's dope though. I can't complain because we back to bars. We not back. We not on that. The beat made me feel good.
You know what? Another shout out before we jump into the next topic. Shout out to T.I. You know what I'm saying? T.I. and his sons, Domani, he one of the futures of hip hop. That dude could really spit, but T.I. back outside spitting bars too. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to 50, yeah.
Shout out to 50.
Shout out to 50. hey, whatever happened? I hate to say it, whatever happened to Joe Budden after he got punched in the mouth on TV?
By who?
It was at that reunion where they caught him backstage when he was gonna get up. He got punched right in the mouth, bro. And he was like, "Yeah, I like that." Yeah, look it up. I think it was Love and Hip Hop.
Started it all 5 years ago. Well, yeah, I mean, Nas still dropping bars too. Nas, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, Jay gonna be back outside.
They about to get back outside.
It's gonna be crazy work, man. That's what I'm saying. All the old heads is coming out, laying the groundwork again.
Drop something? Juvenile. Shout out to Juvenile because he's out there dropping some stuff.
Juvie the Great. You know what I'm saying? Juvie the Great. You got to say it great when you say his name. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
Shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to Raspity. Who else has been? Shout out to Doechii. You know what I'm saying? Doechie's out here spit. You know what I'm saying? Much love. We love you all. All the real ones who are putting bars back out in the music. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, also, too, the ones who are doing stuff with hip-hop and expanding it further. And we shall be right back.
It's come to my attention that everyone's calling me a troll. Some said even the king of trolls. First of all, I'm flattered. But I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? I'm not delivering quality beef. It's more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing. And I'm always on time. Oh, they sell Combs. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this week, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years or 50 months. Who's keeping count?
No, you ain't.
Melba's Soul Food Kitchen out here in San Bernardino. Look, everything is going well. We just did the 100 plates. It went well. They had the $10 plates. And guess what? We have something real nifty. $5 plates now. Your chicken and your 5 fives. Come down to Melba's Soul Food Kitchen in San Bernardino and get your issue on hood. Everything fair.
You heard what he said?
Fair.
Only
Y'all
today.
come down.
$5.
Yes.
$5 plate.
Oh!
You get one
That's something
chicken
nifty.
and one side.
Woo!
2360 Sturgeon Avenue, San Bernardino, California. 12 o'clock and 7 o'clock. $5 plates.
Man, guess what? You can buy also extra stuff. That's something nifty. Oh,
Yo, with mushroom coffee being on the rise as of late, I guess the best way to go is with Rise Coffee. And DJ Method X has teamed up with Rise Coffee, so make sure you use promo code METHODXSD15. Also, to check out Method on TikTok at MethodXSD. Also on Twitch TV at MethodXX619. Let's go.
You've seen the footage from last year. Well, Boss Up Brunch is back, and our very own Marquez Miller is back in the building. Join Everybody Joe 27 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Yard Party ATL. Make sure you pull up. If you've seen them, you know the events are fun, packed with business, and plenty of networking and plenty of praising. Pull up to Boss Up Brunch, June 27th at the Yard Party ATL. See you there.
Where you from? Yeah. Third, tell them where you from. Let's go. Cruising down G Street looking at hoes. Oh my God, she ain't got no clothes.
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee. Whiskey honoring Nathan, Nearest Green, the first known African American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
Yo, we are back. Hey
man, let me say, hey, bro, you work quick because I just put that flyer up today. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even call and check with me and ask and nothing. You just put that thing right on up. I appreciate you, brother. I definitely appreciate you.
Like I told you, you want to smoke with me, come see me June 19th. I want to see that thing succeed. I love what it is, man. The Boss's Brunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad I missed it last year. The energy was phenomenal. You know, Pops pulled up. You know, he said it was a great event. Yeah, I love what they're doing. So I want to see it successful. So I definitely want to promote. Tell the owner I need more flyers. You know what I'm saying? I need more footage so we can air it and we can get it going and we get it popping.
Definitely. I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, we got a bigger event center this year. So it's just gonna keep growing. You know what I mean? And shout out to Pops for coming through, man. He came through on the last minute joint. You know what I mean? And showed up to support your boy. So that's always gonna be remembered. He didn't even have to.
I didn't think about catching a flight. I already checked out the location of that spot, everything. I was like, what plane ticket costs?
Hey, like I told you, man, my family's like this. If I rock with you, they gonna love you. You're gonna be family to them. So the same way if I have something and he'll pull up, he gonna pull up to you too. So it's just my friends are his extra sons. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Boss Up Brunch. We got motivational speaker. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Enlightened Miller himself, you know what I'm saying? And if you can see him right here on this show, he always drops his thoughts, views, and opinions real clear. He articulates. It's a well-educated brother right here. So, you know what I'm saying? So join him for the inspiration and insight, you know, June 27th, 2026 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Yard Party ATL. Make sure you get your tickets. Hit us up. We make sure we treat you right.
Hey man, hey, chill out, bro. You're gonna have my head looking like Christian Nome husband titties. You know what I'm saying? Just relax, bro.
Also, too, shout out to Method X and Elite Rise Coffee. Promo code Method X SD15. You also check them out TikTok at Method X SD, Twitch TV at Method X 619. Make sure you get the Rise Coffee, man. I hear that they're doing some real good stuff. Healthy, you know what I'm saying, helping out with your system and all that good stuff, man. So definitely give them a check out. If you definitely love mushroom coffee, Rise is the way to go. Also, too, Sovereign Frequency. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out Sovereign Frequency by AJ Moore on everywhere you can find, everywhere. Audible, Amazon, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you check it out. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Shout out to Jess. She just came in and surprised me looking all good and stuff like a snizzag. I'm like, hi, dude.
Hey now.
I was like, hey.
Excuse me for the backstage, sir. What's going on? What you got?
She said a snack? Fuck Jay-Z.
I don't even want to talk to her now, man. You done made it all awkward and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk to her no more, you know? Feel uncomfortable. Now, what's going on, though, sis? You feeling good? You all right?
Yes, I'm good. Had a day off, so I'm feeling really
good. That's what's up. And they gave you Good Friday off?
No, I took it off.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. They're gonna resurrect your ass on Monday.
Do you get the following Monday off or no?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say you gave yourself a 4-day.
I mean, the kids, the queen and the kids, they off all next week, so they chilling. They spring break started today.
Oh,
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's get back to the show. All right, so we got Chilli, Nick Cannon, cancel culture. We got top 5 reasons for divorce. You know what I'm saying? So which one are we going to take a dive into next?
Pick the first one. It's your turn.
I say we go. Geez, man.
I say we go to cancel culture.
Yeah, I say we go there. Either way, one of them's going to run long, man. I say we go to cancel culture. Yeah.
It's not going to run too long.
That top 5 will.
That's going to run long. That's going to run long.
Yeah. All right, let's get into cancel culture.
Yeah, man. As you know, there's been a lot going on in media. I don't know where this came from. Just seemed like it came out of left field. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon and Chilli. Actually, it started off with Chilli first, right? Somebody exposed Chilli as being a Trump supporter and a Trump donor or whatever it go. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of crazy, man. Like, and then, you know, next thing you know, they're talking about this is the media that's been popping up. You know, saying that, you know, she's exposed for actually donating to Trump's campaign 17 separate times. And then she had to come out and say, like, I am not a Trump supporter, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, let me see if I got the clip. Did I clip that up? I got it right here.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy.
So for those that don't know, she was talking about reposting a thing, kind of perpetuating the stereotype of Michelle Obama as a man. And then, you know, the internet is crazy. They're calling her Chilli Bigsby, you know, the black white supremacist, you know, from Dave Chappelle, you know, like this, the internet is really going ham on her. And I'm just asking, is it really warranted? You know, but the thing is with her, you know, again, you can vote for whoever you vote for at the end of the day, however it makes us feel. But my thing about it is, though, that she lied about it. You know, she tried to say, like, well, I never, I'm not a MAGA supporter and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, you know how the internet goes. The internet brought up everything. So this right here on the right side are posts that she was pretty much liking and agreeing with when it comes to MAGA. You know, so what are you guys' thoughts on Chilli before we go into Nick Cannon?
Yes.
All right. So I got to look at the posts that she liked to get more into detail about it, and if that's just like fake driven or what, because there's a lot of fake stuff that goes out. She has a right to vote on any policy that she likes, regardless who the president is. And I honestly believe that she's that genuine a person that she does go for policy. Unless I see her writing a check to Trump himself. I've seen organizations that she donates to that probably are tied into the Republican Party. That does not make her a direct supporter of Trump. There's a lot of people who voted for Trump because they voted on policy, dude. And I think that's her right, and I'm not going to demonize her on that. I think it's kind of messed up, man. I think it's really messed up how society is doing that. Even me, like, once again, I'm an old school liberal. I go with who I think is going to do the better job and who I believe in the most. And I think anybody should have that right and not have their character judged on that, dude. That is your prerogative, and that's what you want to do. Now, if there's a difference, now if you want to be an open bigot and open racist and all that stuff, that's a different story. But that's not her though. I'm not seeing anything that ties into that. She has that right. And honestly, shame on you guys for demonizing her over that. That's bad.
Jess?
It's very disappointing for me. Very. I know that she's mixed with a lot of stuff, but majority of us are. But still, it's just very disappointing. You know what I mean? For anyone of our race, I feel like it's very, very sad how they went to that side. They see Trump, they see how he is, they see how, to me, it's so obvious. It's so obvious how he is, and for them to go to that side, it's just very disappointing for me.
Wait, hold on. I feel what you're saying, Jess, and I agree because I know Quest is about to give us some, you know what I'm saying? But for me,
it was you get to go before me. Go ahead and get your issue, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, because for me, I did feel a way, not necessarily. It is disappointing to see because again, I've come on record to state that I don't see how any black person can align themselves with this type of dude. And at the end of the day, it's not about Republican and Democrat. It's just essentially about MAGA.
His character.
No, it's just I'm talking about MAGA because MAGA essentially is turned into a cult to me. You know what I'm saying? And I've stated on record that I think that the Republican Party needs to be dismantled and be rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? Like get rid of some of these people who are ruining the Republican Party and rebuild it with people who actually rebuild it with better people. Because again, this guy right here and his cabinet or people who follow him, I just don't believe are the brightest. A lot of his diehard supporters are really like the brightest, and I feel a certain type of way about them. So to see people of the same community aligning themselves with people who think with the same type of bigotry is kind of weird to me. But it's just me. But yeah, I did unfollow because I didn't like the line. You know what I'm saying? Like you say like, no, I'm not a MAGA supporter, but then the posts come out and then on other stuff. If it is what it is, stand on your business, stand on your square. Say why. Well, this is the reason why. Boom, boom, boom. I don't like the policies on immigration. Stand on it. But to sit there with the damage control and just because you're getting ready to come on tour, like stop that. It's the same way with the Tisha Campbell. Like stop. Dwayne says, I don't think Nick should be looped in with her. He was just appeasing his guests as he always does. Also, Nick does too much for black people in entertainment. Stop. Yeah. I'm not canceling any artist over politics. Vote as you see fit, just as I am. That's cool. Quez, go ahead. Because we still got some Nick Cannon to get into.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make this quick. No, I'm not canceling Chilli. I think this is the problem specifically with our community, the black community. I'm just be upfront and direct with y'all. You guys are emotional and it doesn't help your policies, right? A lot of people don't understand that when you donate to certain organizations, they're not always upfront about who the candidate is that it belongs to, right? They like to headline it something and then hide it all in the fine print. Everybody's not reading all these donations and all this kind of stuff. And also, voting on Republican policies doesn't make you MAGA. I think that's where the conflation comes in, is because people are saying because she has some Republican contributions that she's instantly MAGA. And those are two separate things. Those are two very separate things. And I've said it on this show before. If we're being honest, black people are probably the most conservative people in America based on what the Republican Party stands for as far as family values, Christianity, and being frugal with their money. Most Black people are conservatives in practice, not in name. So if we're going to dismantle something, we need to dismantle both these parties and keep it moving. But first and foremost, I need Black people to start getting emotional about, celebrities and people who don't control the economic status of your communities when it comes down to you voting. If you're going to vote on a policy, I vote on policies. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. It's turning into this vote blue no matter who. And that's been killing us the past 60 years. We've been voting blue no matter who, and every time we vote, somehow we don't get shit.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we gotta be careful with the language too.
Oh yeah, my fault. But I mean, the truth is the truth. But yeah, that's my takeaway on Chilli.
Funny how you say that about Republicans this and Republicans that. So yeah, so now going on to brother Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into him real quick.
Republicans this, Republicans that. Moving on.
Moving on. Where's his brother right here? IF with Donald Trump. We got the Gulf America. Now he's the club. He's charging $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country. Motherfuckers cleaning the house. You know what I'm saying? But people are taking this from what he said, and with Amber Rose, who is a certified idiot. You know what I'm saying? And this is what was said.
Part of the Republican Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you got a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%. People don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names.
Weren't Democrat and Republicans slave owners?
Not
absolutely.
Kind of sort of.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The Republican Party kind of came a little bit later, and then they were more so like abolitionists. But we're talking about a different era, and that's what happens with misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So, and say what you
not misinformation. It's
that is misinformation.
All information.
No, it's misinformation because it's not all the way factual. Because again, at one point, just like Jess was asking, for people who just don't know, weren't they all? The Republican Party literally came a little bit afterwards. They were considered, I don't know necessarily if they were slave owners, you know what I'm saying, but they were definitely a party full of abolitionists in the 1800s, in the 1860s. They were pushing for the end of slavery. So, again,
all of them were.
No, not all of them were. No,
I doubt it.
I mean, kind of like
there wasn't slavery in the North, sir.
The hell there wasn't.
Not during that period.
Virginia's not part of the North.
No, they weren't.
Virginia. Okay, all right.
No, they weren't. They were part of the Confederate States of America. So it was South. You're talking about Virginia. Nah, it's not
now we're playing semantics. You know what I'm saying?
It's always been that, man. I don't know what you're talking about. History will show that Virginia was part of the South.
Was Maine part of the North?
Yes.
Slavery.
When? During the 1800s and then the 1800s?
Doesn't matter. You said the North didn't have slaves. I'm just telling you they had them. Come on now. Not to mention, if we're going to play, come on, we talking to me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you get your stuff off.
Go ahead.
They had slaves everywhere, bro.
Yeah, we going to let you get your stuff off. But
Not
a lot of
everywhere.
those slave catchers lived in the North. There's
Yeah.
a whole racket of
No,
returning slaves back to the South.
no,
So
that
if
part
you
is true.
complicit, you might as well have been a slave
That
owner.
part is true. Like I
Okay,
said,
then.
it's a sticky situation. So even if you're talking about the 1800s, the 18, especially the Civil War, this is where we're getting into information. So again, yes, the Republican Party at that point was made up of abolitionists. At one point, saying Lincoln himself was not necessarily a big fan of black people. Let's keep that a buck. So
Hey, bro,
again,
call it what it is. No, don't say you can't minimize it saying he wasn't a big fan of black people. He had slaves too, nigga. Come on, man.
Did
Don't
he
do
or
that.
did his family?
Don't do that.
Did he or did his family?
What?
Did he or his family? Because again, he was born in Kentucky. So then he moved up north around the time, if you're talking about the North during the late 1800s or the 1860s, there was no slavery in the North besides the bordering states, which is like Kentucky and states like that, where you have slave territory states. But at one point, slavery did not exist during the 1860s. This is why there was a civil war fought.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, Dwayne, when the 13 colonies were established, yes, there was slavery. If we want to be technical. So again,
come on, sir, we gotta start Googling some of this stuff now. Because you
Okay,
talk about
Google.
misinformation and you justifying a lot of facts that's coming up. I'm gonna need some of your misinformation to get corrected on this screen too now. We're not gonna do this.
Go ahead. I'm not
I'm on my
perfect.
phone.
I'm chocolate, not perfect.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying.
So, but at the end of the day, too, I mean, again, we're talking about the Civil War era, 1860 to 1865. Talking about this era. You know what I'm saying? I forget the Republican Party was actually established. You know what? I got my phone.
Come on. Yeah, you can look it up. That's what I want you to do, man. Let's do it. And we can't start it at 1860 and say, oh, everybody was good after that. Hell no.
Now you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm not. I'm just saying that you keep saying we talk about Civil War era. Now, we talking about all of it.
So now you're putting words in my mouth. So again, I did not say that.
Okay. Let's get to the nitty gritty, man.
The Republican Party was founded in 1854 in the northern United States, emerging from a coalition of anti-slavery activists, former Whigs, because that's essentially what they were before they became the Republican Party, or the Whig Party, and free soilers who opposed the expansion of slavery into new U.S. territories. Key founding moments included early meetings in Ripon, Wisconsin in March, and a major convention in Jackson, Michigan on July 6, 1854. So, 1854.
Right. So from what you just read, because words matter, third, they weren't against slavery. They were against the expansion
of slavery
into the new territories, which was the West.
Right, but you did have a party that was with abolitionists who opposed slavery. That part is true too.
Right. That two things can be true at the same time.
Very true. So
that's all I'm saying. Because we giving them a lot of leeway. And what we tend to do in America is give one party. Now, I'm not saying you.
If I say, because if you of all people know me, you know that I would never.
No, I'm saying in America we give one party a whole lot of leeway when it comes down to this slavery business and rules and legislation and all that kind of stuff. When I believe, me personally, both were complicit, but for different reasons.
Right. Now,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm going to go on record to say that, hey, my stance is like this. And it's the analogy that I'm going to use. Me, third degree. You know, you have the Republican Party of today, which is essentially wolves in sheep clothing. And then you have Democrats of today, who are essentially con men. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that is being missed, and from what Nick Cannon said, was The Republican Party was a party that freed the slaves, which is true in the essence of that. But then there was a party realignment. There was a switch in ideologies. If we want to sit there and break that down. So essentially what I'm saying in small terms, that the Republican Party of yesterday became the Democratic Party of today. And the Democratic Party of yesterday became the Republican Party of today, as far as their ideologies. Because you had things like the New Deal, shout out to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, you know what I'm saying, who was essentially his New Deal was part of the reason why there was starting to be switches from these parties, why blacks were starting to actually switch from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. Before, you know, you had John F. Kennedy, who was essentially pushing the civil rights. And when the civil rights bill was passed, then you had a lot of Southern Democrats that moved into the Republican Party because of this stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of history that goes into what they're saying. But again, so one of the things that I stand on is that, yes, the Democratic Party, if you're talking about even the Democratic Party of today and the Republican Party yesterday, they're con men. Because just like Quez said, you got to read the fine print. They weren't necessarily freeing the slaves off of a good moral. They were doing it because, again, they didn't want the expansion. The whole Civil War was fought not to free slaves. It was fought because of the expansion of slavery and to keep the South from separating from the North. So a lot of people miss that. So, and then like what Quez was talking about too, you had at one point President Lincoln, who was it made it a rule that if slaves were any free or any escaped slaves that fought for the Union were caught by their masters, they had to go back to their slaves. This was law. And then he also, you talk about the proclamation that was signed by him, you know, Emancipation Proclamation in 1862, 1863, that said that he outlawed slavery in all the outlaw states. But at that point, they'd already left the Union. They created the Confederate States of America and essentially already had their own president. So therefore, he could not free slaves in these states because this is the reason why they were fighting the Civil War. But in the bordering states, like the Kentucky, I forget the other states, forgive me, I'm having a brain fart. I think Missouri or whatever, these bordering states, they still had slavery, which is not outlawed. But as far as the expansion states, they didn't have slavery in those expansion states, except for Texas. So I'm just saying, California. Man. Now I'm not sure if they had it in California. They were fighting for slavery in California.
No, they had it.
They wanted to expand it into California.
They had it. I'll get you a book on it.
So where we at with Nick Cannon? Where we at with Nick Cannon?
This is part of the discussion because this is why it's such a big deal. To be honest, Method, this is why it's such a big deal because so many people want to attack him and antagonize him for having a belief by stating partial truths. I'm not gonna call it misinformation because I don't think it is. I think it's information without context.
Agreed.
So it's not misinformation, it's just information without all the context. That misinformation is something you say deliberately to misinform people. I don't think he did that. The Democrats are a party of the KKK because the KKK, which is a Christian organization, started under the Democratic Party. That's just a fact. That's not misinformation. So I think where the issue comes in is that people had an emotional attachment to it, and now they feel away because they're voting Democrat and they feel like the Democrat Party is so liberal and they're going to save everybody, which they don't plan on doing. And at the end of the day, stop taking political advice from people who live outside of your tax bracket because y'all not voting on the same things. If we get down to
it. I mean, but then you got dummies like Amber Rose. Amber Rose tells Nick Cannon white people should be able to say the N-word.
They can.
You know what I'm saying?
They can say it. Say it.
Say there won't be no consequences or repercussions.
I didn't say that. You can say it.
Yeah.
You're more than free to say it.
Yeah, you're more than free to say it. You're not responsible for what happens afterwards.
That's it. That's all.
So this is what Ebro had to say. You know, this is hip hop media. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ebro and his crew, you know.
The last time I saw Nick Cannon, sir, you were black righteous, black consciousness personified. And not saying you can't be a Trump supporter and do that, but after what you're seeing from Trump, how can you be black righteousness, black consciousness personified and support the guy who's actively erasing black history from books or from schools, from museums, got tons of black women unemployed? Like, how can you even, I don't even know how you fix your lips to do that. I really don't.
Could the
which
answer
tells
be,
me, which also for me, I don't believe him or Amber. Full stop.
You don't believe them?
I don't believe them.
That they actually believe in their hearts that he's not racist at all?
I don't believe them.
Yeah.
Because why is this happening now? Oh, I don't know. Let me check my watch. Midterms are around the corner, and they want this conversation around because they do it every single time. They pay black folks to go out and act like the Democrats are still the party of the KKK because they know most people don't know history.
I want to give credit to my friend Ballard, who after he saw the story with the text of the year, in my opinion, who just randomly texted me, I'm going to let you finish, but Amber Rose was the worst wedding invite of all time.
Did she get out of her crypto scam?
I don't
scandal?
know. I didn't even know anything about that. I want nothing but Amber to be well, and I care for her. She was always a great friend. I have no clue or understanding how this could be where she's
my wife was like, why'd she wear that dress to Rosenberg's wedding? I don't like her. I don't trust her. That dress was trash. She's not a good friend.
Well, listen, obviously it's hard for me to push back too hard right now because this hasn't aged great. I cannot. And for Nick, when after Nick said the anti-Semitic stuff and they made him like go to Hebrew school and he went on the full Jewish mission, somehow in there they ended up teaching him about how great Trump was too. Maybe it was in the same class.
Amber's been on it.
Because
Why Nick now?
Why Nick now?
Why Nick now?
According
He's
to
woke.
now?
He's woke now.
See,
According
no,
to
come
that.
on, guys. I'm not.
And Rosenberg show. Make sure you check them out. But I think that's how a lot of black folks are feeling. That's why they're trying to push for this whole cancellation thing. But again, I think you got it on both sides, whether it be black folks, white folks, even there's some Latinos who feel a way for people who look like each other, you know what I'm saying, and kind of vote for this dude for everything he's doing. The universal thing we can all agree on, Trump is a dork. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
but I don't think
the Republican Party paid him to do that though. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he's paid way too
I
much.
don't believe in that.
I think some Republicans are probably regretting their alignment with him at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like
all the black ones should. All the black ones should.
Yeah.
All black Republicans should be having a conversation right now about where their party is headed.
I think the white ones too. Like I said, the good ones, they're not all bad Republicans in that party, but the ones who sit there and align themselves with this dude, I do got questions about your judgment.
I don't speak for that community. I only speak for mine. And I think if you're a black Republican right now, you got some work to do. I don't think the party in itself is an issue, but they do have a rogue group of individuals who created a super hierarchy inside y'all party that y'all need to take control of, because then it's going to be known as the MAGA party from here on out. And I don't think that's the Republican
That I agree
party.
with.
Yeah,
I agree
that's
with,
two different things.
Yep.
I agree. All right, Shaw. Well,
I'm not canceling Nick over that either. You
Not
get
at
my
all.
book, Nick.
you still a
got
gigolo to me.
Okay. Well,
Getting lots of dough.
I agree with Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans should be voting on tangible benefits and policy, not parties.
I agree.
Period, point blank.
I think we should become independent. You know what I'm saying? Not again, you got Democrats who come around every 4 years. Hey, didn't I give you civil rights? Hey, didn't I give you this? But then like we don't see them for like the rest of the other 2 to 3 years, but then they come around for election. That's why I call them con men. And then, you know what I'm saying, like the MAGA party or some of the Republicans will fatten you up just to only just eat you later. You know what I'm saying? So wolves in sheep clothing. But it's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Who am I? I'm just third.
I voted Kamala.
Yeah, me too.
I love you some
Anyway.
I love me some Kamala.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get to the next topic. We'll be right back.
It's come to my attention that everyone's calling me a troll. Some said even king of trolls. First of all, I'm flattered. But I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? I'm not delivering quality beef. It's more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing. And I'm always on time. Oh, they sell combs. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this week, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years or 50 months. Who's keeping count?
Yo, with mushroom coffee being on the rise as of late, I guess the best way to go is with Rise Coffee. And DJ Method X has teamed up with Rise Coffee, so make sure you use promo code METHODXSD15. Also, check out Method on TikTok at MethodXSD. Also on Twitch TV at MethodXX619. Let's go.
Melba's Soul Food Kitchen out here in San Bernardino. Look, everything is going well. We just did the 100 plates. It went well. They had the $10 plates, and guess what? We have something real nifty. $5 plates now. Your chicken and your 5 fives. Come down to Melba's Soul Food Kitchen in San Bernardino and get your issue on hood. Everything fair.
You heard what he said?
Fair.
Only
Y'all
today.
come down.
$5.
Yes.
Plate.
Oh!
Get one
That's something
chicken
nifty.
and one side.
Woo!
2360 Sterling Avenue, San Bernardino, California. 12 o'clock and 7 o'clock. $5 plates.
Man, guess what? You can buy also extra stuff. That's something nifty. Oh,
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee. Whiskey honoring Nathan, Nearest Green, the first known African-American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African-American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
Hey, sir, tell us the truth, man, real quick. Are you gonna be in the next season of Power?
Yeah.
Because these 50 Cent commercials, bro, like he didn't cut you a check, bro. He had to pay you. So the doc comes out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting to think. Starting to think you gonna be in the doc. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Yeah, T.I. security in the documentary.
All right, y'all. So top 5 reasons for divorce. Where we getting into?
Well, number one definitely has to be financials. I believe that has to be financials, and number 2 has to be infidelity. I think those are 2 main ones. Yeah, 2 main ones. Like I said, there's ones that just like a big overall umbrella, right? Like compromising, communication. I think communication is a huge one on its own, just habits, like definitely compromising, understanding, communication, just habits. What I mean by habits is like, are you messy? Are you clean? Do you drive your partner crazy if you chew your food? To how many times you shower or how long you shower, to like when you do your laundry, or do you go out all the time? Do you not go out? Do you like to eat out? Do you like to cook at home? Like that those are all like intangibles that go in after that. But yeah, top 5 reasons. I gotta put communication, infidelity, and finances are the top 3. But we should definitely put together how to avoid those. Like give you some answers to that, so you're not stuck with those issues. But can only lead a horse to water.
So we can definitely give some solutions on how to avoid that.
Yeah.
Jessica, what are your
well, according to Google, financial issues is the last one, which is shocking because I could have thought, I don't know how many years ago that was number 1, you know. But according to Google, it says that it's the last one. I feel like infidelity is number 1 for me, because you can have financial issues and work through that. Infidelity is another thing that's based on trust and communication, you know. So after infidelity, I would say, what was one of them? Communication.
I'll bring it back. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I would say lack of communication, because unrealistic expectations, you should have done that before you got married. You know what I mean? You should have dealt with that before you got married. And then constant fighting, I mean, you guys are always gonna have disagreements. Always. It's the way you handle it. It's the way that the person handles conflict resolution. You know what I mean? So that's my reason.
Good answer. Good answer. I like that.
Quest, what do you think, Quest?
I'm still finances is number 1 for me. I don't care what Google said. What do most people argue about?
Dude, I saw that top 3. They're just in a different order. How Google put it.
Most people are arguing because they don't have money.
Yeah.
Or they don't have the money to do things that they want to do. Right. So finances is always going to be number 1. Because when the finances get slim, you find out the reality of people. As I always say, there's a difference between thriving and surviving. Conversations change in those 2 dynamics. My number 2 is communication. First, like, if you guys can't communicate, it's never going to work. Period, point blank. It don't matter. Even if you have a whole lot of money, communication without the money or even having the money is always going to create an issue. If y'all can't talk to each other, or if you feel like they're distanced from each other because y'all not having the same conversation. So my number 3 is infidelity. I put infidelity at number 3 because if you got enough money, infidelity is insignificant most of the time. We see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got enough money, you cheating is not a problem. Man or woman. Truth be told.
I believe it.
I'm just this the way I view it. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of women that be getting cheated on and be happy all the time because their bills is paid. And it's a lot of men who get cheated on and you know, they look like papoose. But anyways, moving on. The number 4. You know what I'm saying? When your girl got the bag, you might want to shut up and do what she say. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's kind of how that works out for the man side of the thing. You know what I mean? But number 4, I think, is age. People get married too early without having real experiences in life, and then that leads to money problems and communication problems because y'all ain't been through enough to be married to somebody for the rest of your life. Because I'm one of those people that think marriage is final. Like, there ain't no getting out of this. You know what I'm saying? They said till death do us part, so one of us got to go. You know what I mean? If that's what we doing. And then number 5 is time and circumstance. Because now in my older age, being over 40, I see a lot of women and men in the age bracket that I'm in that feel like they need to get married because they waited so long, and it's a status symbol. Like, I need to get married because I'm in my 40s and I don't want to go into 50 not ever being married and all that kind of nonsense. So I think time and circumstance contributes to people getting divorced because they made a horrible decision by just wanting to get married because they feel like they run out of time. But that's my 5. Go ahead.
Man, finally. I'm going 5 years later, you know, I'm just
damn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because in today's age, we live in an era where we got people who think like this. Like Leslie Jones says, marriage is legal slavery and urges her young fans not to get married. Again, I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't believe
Leslie Jones.
Yeah,
not
consider
me.
the source. Like,
Right, you definitely got to consider the source.
Is she married?
No.
Hell
But so
no.
again, so what I was getting ready to
looking
say
like
is
a truck driver. Hell no.
I ain't doing all that. But again, the thing is that I think a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Quez was talking about. It's either they're trying to ascertain something or fulfill something, whatever, fill some type whatever void, but they get married for the wrong reason. And according to Google, the number one reason I guess people are saying for divorce is lack of commitment. You know, because again, people are going in with a mindset of like, well, if this person doesn't make me happy, well, I'm out of here. If this person doesn't make the bed right, like Quez said, it is a blood covenant between you, yourself, and God. And I know people don't necessarily want to put God into the equation, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's still a commitment that you have to make. There's going to be times when this person makes you mad, makes you happy, whatever, and you got to kind of weather the storm and go through it and find ways to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Like the number one thing that I think people should do is if you really love this person, love isn't what you say, love is what you do. You're going to have to love this person through the good, bad, and ugly. And so that means you're going to have to stay committed to this person. You know, you're going to see this person. And for me personally, I'll put it out there. You know, I got divorced, but mine was more so trauma, you know, because again, we were healing in 2 separate ways. Mine was a shutdown, hers was a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? And I was too immature to really understand or ignorant to understand what that was. So my advice to people out there is to definitely, if you love this person, just know that this is going to be the person that you're going to have kids with. You have to live with this person for the rest of your life. You're going to need to try to make this work. Get counseling. You know, go to marriage counseling. You don't believe in or if you go to marriage counseling with a regular counselor, or go to a church pastor, get counseling there, but they're going to help you navigate through the muddy waters. You know what I'm saying? Things are going to get ugly. They're going to get trivial. You know what I'm saying? Just know that you're going to have to find the right tools to navigate through that. But also, too, I think another reason why people divorce sometimes be their kids. You know what I'm saying? Some people stay in toxic relationships or toxic marriages for their kids. And some people get married or whatever for the reason they're the kids, or it could be even the discipline or how they're raising the kids. The one thing you need to do is be in an alignment together when it comes to raising your kids and your family.
You heard him, Jess. You know what I'm saying? But moving on. No, I'm just playing.
That's a can of worms right there, bro.
You said what?
So that's opening another can of worms right there with the kids, dude. That's a whole nother topic.
That's always rough. So yeah, I'm quote unquote a stepfather, so it is a slippery slope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and there's got to be plenty of conversations had around all types of different circumstances when it comes to raising kids, because not everybody agrees on how you're gonna raise kids. So that's a big conversation for real. I didn't even think about that, but that's true. Even if you're not a stepfather, but like even 2 parents, that have a child, like y'all need to have that conversation about how you gonna raise your children, how you gonna discipline them, what's expected of them. All that is a big factor. For real.
Yeah. It
You
is.
know,
It's a
shout
very
out,
big factor.
shout out to Queen Jess right here. I'm not sure if I read this. Dwayne says it's neither one of those reasons. It's not even 5. It's only one. What it is, the person one is married to, they don't really want to be with. I mean, it could be that. But shout out to Jess because she brought up a good stat. I think it was like 73% more of families are now with 2-parent households. Is that the standard? What was it, Jess?
It was like 70-something%.
That's what I said, 73-some%. You know, so which is good, which we're seeing a lot more families with 2-parent households. So next week, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a toothpick because it's gonna be a 2-parter. We can go into it where we talk about the raising of kids, what it takes to actually stay together to maintain these 2-parent households. But a lot of things too, a lot of what we're seeing these days, you know, in particular, all of us have either been a part of or know of it, or these 2-parent households are blended families. You know what I'm saying? So what's the recipe into keeping or maintaining a 2-parent household, or how are these things even happening in today's day and age? You know what I'm saying? So when it definitely comes to finances, raising kids, like you said, different upbringings and different stuff like that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a toothpick and we're gonna come back. And it's like a 2-parter. We're gonna talk about love, relationship, marriages, and these 2-parent households because I think, and I can speak for the men here. You know what I'm saying? If we became stepfathers, it's because we want to do better than what we've seen, and we want to make sure that we provide these kids with love and stability.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's why, I mean, honestly, that's why I did it. I told Wifey she was a bonus. I fell in love with kids.
Right.
And
we're gonna talk more about that. You know what I'm saying? From the women's perspective, from the men's perspective. Parents, come out next Friday. Let's talk about this. Have a conversation. All right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We love you. We ran out of time. We don't want to hold you. Thank you for those who are tuning in, the Facebook crowd, the YouTube crowd. Make sure that you hit the like, share button, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you for your support. For the rebroadcasters, we love you too. Make sure you check out Method X. Make sure you go support Quez. We got Sugar Express by Jess coming through, and Sovereign Frequency. Make sure you go support. As always, be safe. Go with love. RIP to DJ Dan. RIP to Lysetta Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You guys will be missed. Thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for being who you guys were in the world. And we will catch you guys on the next one. And we hope you have a good one. Peace.
Peace.